you nerds were out being nerds, I just averted a massive crisis. Not really, but I did do quite a bit of work. So you'll notice that these fins are quite different than they used to be. And I'll tell you why. See, as you remember, they were originally surface mount, and they went on, using this nice jig. I still gotta give you guys that, the STL file for that. Sorry, I've been so slow. Dadgummit, look at that. Okay, whatever. So I decided to reinforce it using paper, but I guess the wood glue weakened the cardboard because one of the fins broke, the rest looked hideous. So I removed all the fins, bought a new tube, and I thought, why don't we make these through-hole this time? So I did a lot more work in open rocket. I realized the existence of overstability, which is when around when the difference between the center of pressure and center of mass is about over 2 calibers. And it was over 2 calibers. It was like 3 even with like a G motor. It was like 5 with no motor. So it was overstable. So I've modified my fins. Since this was a payloader, it would be even more overstable because we'd be putting, whatever the crap I wanted to into the payload bay. Also, I have 4 holes in the payload bay for my altimeter. But that's beside the point. So if I put, like, say, 2 eggs, if this was like a Tark rocket and I put 2 eggs in the front, then that'd be even worse. Now, overstability isn't the biggest of problems. All it means is more prone to weathercocking if it's not going fast enough. And that's not really too big of a risk, but still, better safe than sorry. So I made these fins. These fins were actually supposed to be perfect trapezoids, symmetrical trapezoids, but the sheet of basswood I got just, you have to go with the grain this way, and the sheet of basswood was this thick, so, nothing I could do there, but, I do like that it's not so basic looking. I don't have them glued in yet. I gotta put in the motor mount. And you'll see that the tab areas, they're not like the best. It's because, I don't have like a hole punch or a laser cutter, but it's a pretty nice method. So you take an inch drill bit or whatever the width of your piece of wood you're using for the fins is, right? And you draw however long the tab is right here. You drill at each end, and then you use like a box cutter or an X-Acto knife, and you cut those holes. So I noticed the box cutter, it leaves more like residue around the edges, while the X-Acto, since it's smaller, it's more prone to like turning. So, there's both those options. And also, whatever residue you got, you can just put some wood glue on there, and then you can cut it, and it's easier to cut off the rest. So, yeah. But there we go. That's Fin Can 2 Electric Boogaloo. And I gotta put my launch lugs on there. I got some CA glue. I might try using, instead of epoxy, I don't really need like such a heavy duty bond. So, it's just the launch lugs. So, yeah, well, there you go. Can't wait to launch this thing. 1, because it's cool, and 2, because no one watches me building this crap. I mean, it is pretty boring. I don't watch any of my videos, really, because it's what the bone vibrations that make your voice sound better in your head than they do, and I cannot stand my real voice. It's yucky, but yeah. So when I launch this thing, though, I'll get quite a few views, or I can just do Arduino. Apparently, you guys like messing with freaking electronics, following some freaking tutorial than, literal rocket science, but, so yeah.